Hey, what's up guys? This is Dave from netcodesource.com. Today we're going to be doing season default on T-side, and we have a lot to go over on season. I haven't really knocked out any videos on it, so let's get to doing it. So for this video, I'm going to tell you exactly where you want your players, what their roles are, and why you want them there. And I'm not going to go into an actual execution or anything. I'm basically going to tell you how to take map control, what you want to do to take map control, and then in future videos we're going to I'm going to show you how to branch off of the map control into a good 7 or 8 different strategies, 7 or 8 different executes. Season is a lot like Dust 2, where if you're on Dust 2 on T-side and you take catwalk control, there's so many different options that you have at your disposal to give you a good chance of winning rounds, and a lot of them will play off each other. Like a lot of time you could throw fakes and things like that to, really throw the other team off guard. So let's start getting into it. The first thing I want to talk about is if you're playing a good team. Okay, if you're playing anybody decent on this map, they're always going to throw the smoke at the start of the round, and it's going to be nearly impossible for you to take out fast men. Okay, they're going to throw that smoke, they're going to throw a couple nades, and if you come out of that smoke, you're going to either get a ton of damage done to you, or you're going to, probably just die through bullets. Okay, so what does that leave you? That leaves you with a later mid control. So let's talk about how we want to do that. And also I want to talk about one common mistake that I feel a lot of teams do. So a lot of teams throw this smoke on their middle control. Now, as an opper in Source, and I still off in this game pretty often, I love this smoke. This smoke does wonders for me. It helps me so incredibly much. And the reason why is because I pretty much know you're doing a mid take. I sit here, I dodge the flash. Flash comes, I turn, I kill someone, I jump away into the smoke, bunny hop over here, 4v5, we win the round. It's simple. So I would definitely not advise you to throw that smoke. Instead, the smoke that I think gives oppers the most trouble is when you smoke like this. Alright? Now, when I op and there's a smoke like that, what do I look at? Do I look at over here? Okay, well if I look at over here, they're just spamming me through the smoke. If I look over here, they could just come over here and kill me. So this is really tough for me to maintain mid control. I could go like this or something, but then they have a nade. They could just nade the crap out of me right here. A nade like that's gonna do like 70. They could peek me from underneath here and just headshot me real quick. There's a lot of options that they have to kill me. So it puts a lot of pressure on me, and it also opens up kills for you as a terrorist. If they want to stay around there and you come like this, bam, headshot. You know what I mean? You can go like this. You could say, okay, I think a CT is opping there. Boom, 70 damage grenade. Things like that. There's a lot of different things you could do to, get kills and stuff like that if you throw that smoke. Whereas if you throw the other smoke, I think you're honestly only helping the CT. Okay, so those are a couple common bad things that I see people do and that I would advise not doing. So now let's go back to the default. Now let's get into where you want your players and what you want them to be responsible for and what kind of role those players are in. So what you're going to do is you're going to put 2 players in this dungeon down low. You're going to have 2 players around the middle, and then you're going to have 1 player around B, around the vents and things like that. Now, one of these players is going to be Opper, okay? There's so many different things you could do as an Opper on this map. The other player is going to be one of your playmakers. You want him to be a very versatile player, and he's going to be around the map a lot of different spots. Sometimes he's going to go back to B, sometimes he can go through jail. He knows how to throw A smokes, he knows how to throw B smokes. This guy has to know a lot of different smoke grenades, a lot of different flashes and things like that. But he could be a pretty big playmaker as well. Now, these 2 upper dungeon players, one of them you want to be probably like your biggest playmaker, your guy that usually have lead in first, usually dictate a lot of the pace. He could challenge people first a lot of the time and things like that, and see a lot of action. And then the other guy you're going to want to be like kind of your secondary lurker, kind of like on Dust 2, how you have a guy that's long and a guy that's B tunnel, and both are kind of lurkers a little bit. you want one of your lurk-esque players to be the upper player. And then finally at B, you want like your main lurker. And this guy is going to be controlling B, keeping him honest at B, and be really, really good at patrolling the vents, okay? And killing rotators through the vents and things like that. Now, first let's talk about your B player, okay? One thing that you could do is you can come B kind of quick if you have a good spawn, throw a nade like that, hurt anybody if they're pushing, and then like fall back, maybe come here, shoot like so, blah, blah, blah. Generally, you're not going to take full control of B or anything like that, but you can, keep them honest there. That nade could do a lot of damage if you come like this and you throw it like that, because, sorry, you actually have to throw it a little more like that, because a lot of people are going to push through there, and, you could do like a 40-50 damage nade just right off the bat. So do that, kind of hold map control. When they smoke it up, spam it a bit, and then get really good at playing the vents, okay? And just be really careful, just be a lurker. You're kind of going to be on your own and things like that. I'll go into more detail about what you want to do regarding executions and things like that. But for now, we're just going to go over the basic default and how you want to maintain map control. And after map control, I'm going to make videos that branch out, that are going to branch out and explain exactly what to do after that map control is completed. So now, as I said, you're never going to know if they're really playing middle, if they're a good team, because they're going to smoke here, they're going to double nade it, and then they're probably going to walk up on the grass, so you're not really going to hear them if they're playing up close or not. Okay? So that means they could be anywhere. They could be here, they could be here, they could be here, they could be in the pit, they could be in the vents. Generally speaking, if you're playing against a pretty decent team. So you want to be careful. Okay? So I'm going to go over all the smokes and things that you could throw, very specific, but for now, just know that you're going to want to throw this smoke, okay? After you throw this smoke and there's no smoke over here, and your guys are ready, and they're close to the door, you're going to clear like this, have one guy like this, and then your opper, usually around here, watching like this, okay? Now, when your guys are ready at the door, what you should do is you should come and you should throw a flash like that. When you throw a flash like that, these guys are going to get ready to come out the door. I'll show you exactly what you want them to do in 1 second. But the opper usually throws a flash like that. Then he stays and he stays posted. Okay. Then he waits until they're ready door. Then he can come up like this, clear like this, and then maybe just throw another flash, like so. Whoops. Okay, that was bad. Sorry. I have to do this all in windowed mode, by the way, so it's a little difficult for me sometimes. But something like that. Maybe blind anybody out there. And then if you have that smoke up around here, you can come out middle, and you can have your door guys come out, and you can pretty much take control of this pretty easily. You can come after that flash, peek over here, clear the vents, clear the pit, stuff like that. There's a lot of different things you can do in the smoke. You can come up here, you can clear all of this. You can come like this. Sometimes the opera will be posted like that, and you can get the kill on them. If you're rifling. So that smoke's going to give you a lot of options. Now, after that opera throws his flashes, let me show you how these guys want to come out door. Okay, so a common thing that is going to happen is a CT is going to be here, he's going to wait for the flash, and then he's going to come around and try to kill you. Okay, that's going to happen. All right, so you want to be aware that that could happen, and you want to stop that, and you don't want any mistakes. The worst thing you could do is basically like the door's closed, flash pops, you go flash for me, flash for me, flash for me, the flash pops and you run out like this. Worst thing you could do. Best thing you could do is flash pops, or you open the door while the flash is popping and it pops, you kind of crouch peek like this, blah blah blah, and then you have the other dungeon player next to you, and he's right here. He's not peeking. But as soon as this guy starts shooting and he makes contact, this guy comes out and he'll get a free kill. This guy's going to be looking right here, like this. This guy's going to peek, and he's going to be able to see this guy's arm, and he's just going to kill him. Okay? So that's what you want to do if you're the door players. Okay? Now, right after you clear that and you cleared all this, throw a nade over here into the bucket. If anybody's in the bucket, it'll do a ton of damage. Kind of peek like this together a little bit. Like this is fine. You could jump across. You could bring the opper to peek. There's a lot of different options that you're going to have. Right after it's clear though, this other dungeon guy needs to come back and needs to check if anybody's flanking. Watch this ladder for a second, come like this, make sure nobody's flanking, be very careful, because there is a decent amount of time that somebody could flank. Now, you don't have to watch that. You know, if you're the second dungeon guy and you're that like semi-alert guy, you don't have to come to the door every single time. But if your team feels that you're putting them on a mid control, kind of like in poker, you know how you put people on something, you're like, oh yeah, I'm putting this guy on, you know, 2 pair or something like that. Same thing. If you're worried about a mid control, send this guy to the door, really have that presence with 4 to 5 guys there. You can even send the vent guy to fight with you and take control and win the round right there in middle. You know, kill those people at middle, make it 4v3, make it 5v3, something like that, and win the round, okay? So now, after you have control, there's so many different strats you could do. I'm going to go make videos talking about all those different strats, but there's going to be like 7 or 8 of them, and all of them play off each other. And every one of your players is going to have a lot of options that they can do. There's going to be a lot of smokes and flashes that everybody's going to need to learn, and you're going to have, you know a lot of executes and how to have some well-timed executes and things like that. But once you have mid control like this, and you have the entire control of the map essentially, your strat caller should have a field day. There's so many different things you could do. You could throw a smoke here, you can go mid B, you know, there's too many to talk about right now. But I'll make the videos, and you know, it'll be a good part series, maybe 7 parts or something like that, where I explain all the different strategies. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that, and I think it's going to be some really good information. Again, this has been Dave from netcodesource.com. Thank you guys for watching. Excuse me, Casey Foster's actually getting really mad at me because I always say netcodesource.com. So I need to say netcodego.com, netcodeilluminati.com, all the other names we have. We have like 15 domain names, csgoguides.com. But yeah, so tell me if you guys like the webcam as well, if you think it adds something to it, or if you think it's distracting you, I could always just take it off. But yeah, so that's it for this. That's how you're going to take mid control. You're going to throw flashes, you're going to get these guys outdoor, you know, and then after that, there's a lot of different shots that you can do. So again, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.